I still remember the sound of the front door slamming. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. It was soft, almost gentle, like she didn't want to disturb anything on her way out. But the silence that followed? That was brutal. My wife, Lena, had been distant for months. Cold, distracted, always checking her phone, always stepping outside for calls. I wanted to believe her. I wanted to trust her. But trust becomes stupidity when the truth is sitting right in front of your face. That night, she stood in the living room with a suitcase by her side. Her eyes were swollen, but not because she cried. No, she had been smiling earlier. I saw the pictures on her Instagram story. With him, her first love, her ex, the man she swore was a mistake from the past. I didn't shout. I didn't beg. I didn't cry. I just asked one question. Why him? She looked at me like I was a problem she finally managed to solve. Because he understands me, she said. And I don't? I asked. She didn't answer. Instead, she picked up the suitcase and walked out, toward the car waiting outside, towards him. I stood by the window and watched the taillights fade into the night. And in that moment, I learned a truth people avoid. Sometimes the person you'd die for is the same person who wouldn't cross the street to save you. I let her go, not because I was weak, but because chasing someone who wants to leave is the most pathetic kind of heartbreak. Little did she know, walking out of my life would become the biggest regret of hers. Because destiny was about to flip everything. And she would soon see me standing beside someone she could never compete with, her boss's daughter.
Chapter 2, she said, it was just closure. I still remember the night she told me. Aisha sat on the edge of our bed, hands clasped, voice trembling, not with guilt, but with hesitation, as if she was scared of losing him, not me. Ali, I met Hamza today, her ex, the same man who left her heartbroken, the same guy she always claimed she was over. My heartbeat dropped instantly. Why? I asked, trying to stay calm. She bit her lip. It was just closure. He wanted to talk. Closure, a word that always hides mess, secrets, and return of old feelings. I asked her one simple question. Did you tell me before going? Silence. That silence was louder than any confession. Then she said something I'll never forget. Ali, I still have feelings for him. It felt like the floor disappeared beneath me. You're choosing him? I whispered. I don't know, she said softly. He understands me in ways you don't. She didn't realize it, but that moment, I stopped seeing her as mine. Later that night, she got a text from him. Her face lit up, not with guilt, but excitement. And that was the first time I understood. I wasn't losing her. She was already gone. I just hadn't admitted it yet. But my silence didn't mean weakness. It was the start of the shift she never saw coming. Chapter 3, she chose him and expected me to wait. A week later, the truth finally surfaced. Aisha stood in the living room, dressed up way nicer than usual, perfume heavy in the air. I asked casually, going somewhere? She hesitated. A friend's dinner? I already knew the answer, but I still asked. With Hamza? She froze. Her eyes gave me everything her words tried to hide. Yes. It didn't hurt this time. It just confirmed what I already knew. Ali, please understand, she rushed. I just need clarity. I need to figure out where my heart truly belongs. I looked at her and realized something powerful. She expected me to remain in the background, waiting, hurting, holding on, while she explored her past romance like I was some temporary placeholder. You're choosing him, I said calmly. She shook her head. No, I'm just confused. Confused people don't dress like that for closure. Then she said the line that finally broke the last thread. Ali, don't make this harder. I just need time. Time for what? For her to fall in love with him again? I didn't argue. I didn't beg. I simply said, take all the time you need. And as she left the house with a smile she never gave me anymore, I walked to the mirror and made myself a promise. I won't chase someone who compares me to her past. She thought she held all the power. But power shifts quietly, and mine had already begun. Chapter 4, the message that changed everything. Aisha didn't return until late that night. I didn't ask where she went. I didn't ask how it went. I didn't even look up when she entered. That silence scared her more than any argument could. The next morning she tried to act normal, making tea, humming softly, glancing at me every few seconds. Ali, are you okay? She finally asked. I'm fine, I replied, not looking away from my laptop. She wasn't used to this version of me, the version that didn't revolve around her moods, her approvals, or her decisions. Her phone kept buzzing. She kept turning the screen face down. I didn't care. But then, around noon, an unexpected message popped up on my phone. It was from her boss, CEO Sarah Abbas. Ali, please check your WhatsApp. I need to discuss something important regarding Aisha. My stomach tightened. I opened WhatsApp, and there it was. A forwarded screenshot from Sarah. Aisha writing to her boss. Yes, I'm thinking of leaving Ali. I don't feel that spark anymore. I think Hamza still has my heart. And below that, but don't worry, I'll still keep my work 100%. I won't let my personal life affect my job with you. She chose him. Not emotionally, not accidentally, not temporarily. She chose him in her heart. And now her boss knew it too. I sat there quietly, letting the truth settle. Aisha walked into the room, sipping her tea casually. What happened? She asked. I looked at her slowly. Your boss texted me. She froze. Her fingers tightened around the cup. What did she say? I didn't answer. I just handed her the phone. Her face drained of color. Her lips trembled. She opened her mouth, but no excuse came out. Finally, she whispered, Ali, it's not what it looks like. But it was exactly what it looked like. And for the first time, she knew she was losing me. Not because she betrayed me, but because I finally stopped fighting for someone who didn't fight for me. The power shift was complete, and she felt it. Chapter 5. Her boss's daughter walks into my life. After Aisha saw the screenshot, she tried to talk, to explain, to cry, to justify, but I was done listening. I needed distance, so I stepped outside for air. That's when I heard a calm, confident voice behind me. Ali, I'm Sarah's daughter, Hania Abbas. I turned around. A tall, elegant, sharp-eyed woman stood in front of me. Black hair, neat blazer, presence strong enough to silence a room. I know this is awkward, she said softly, but I saw the messages too. I exhaled slowly, embarrassed. I didn't want anyone else involved. Hania shook her head. Ali, you deserve to know the truth. My mother didn't want you to be blindsided anymore. Her voice wasn't pitying. It was respectful. Then she surprised me. I've heard a lot about you. You're not the kind of man someone should throw away for a rebound ex. I looked at her confused. You don't even know me. I know enough, she said, stepping closer. My mother's company wouldn't run as smoothly without your work. She said you're the most loyal man she's met. That made me pause. For months, I'd been treated like a backup plan at home. But here was someone who saw value in me. Someone who actually noticed. Hania smiled gently. Look, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just saying, if you ever need a friend or help or someone who actually listens, I'm around. Her sincerity hit deeper than I expected. Aisha, she had been drifting away for months. But Hania, she was stepping closer, without asking for anything. Before I could reply, we heard footsteps. Aisha stood in the doorway, eyes red, staring at us. Hania didn't flinch. She simply said, "Take care, Ali," and walked away calmly. Aisha swallowed hard. Who was that? I looked her straight in the eyes. Someone who respects me. That sentence hit her like a punch. For the first time, she realized. I wasn't waiting for her anymore. And another woman, someone powerful, was now in my corner. The fear in her eyes said everything she didn't dare say aloud. Chapter 6. The invitation that changed everything. The days after that confrontation felt strangely peaceful. Aisha tried acting normal, making breakfast, asking about my day, sending random texts. But the energy was gone. I wasn't rude. I wasn't angry. I was simply distant, and she felt every second of it. One evening at work, while I was buried in reports, someone knocked on my office door. It was Hania Abbas, confident as ever, elegant as ever. She smiled lightly. I hope I'm not disturbing you. Not at all, I said, clearing my desk. Hania stepped inside and placed an envelope in front of me. What's this? I asked. A wedding invitation, she replied. I froze. She continued. My cousin is getting married next month. My family wants me to go, but going alone is boring. I raised an eyebrow. So you want me to join you? Hania nodded, her eyes holding a playful spark. Yes, as my +1. I leaned back, unsure. You do realize this looks complicated. She smirked. Ali, I don't care about complications. I care about intentions. Then she said something that hit deeper than anything Aisha had said in months. You're a good man. I don't want people like you fading into depression because of someone who didn't value you. My throat tightened for a moment. No one had said something like that to me in a long time. Before I could respond, she added softly, You don't have to say yes right now. Think about it. And she left. I stared at the envelope. Aisha and her ex were also marrying next month. I could go alone to their wedding, or I could walk in with the daughter of her boss, a woman who carried power, elegance, and self-respect. The symbolism was brutal. When I reached home that night, Aisha kept glancing at me. Where did you go after work? she asked lightly, pretending to be casual. Nowhere special, I replied. She tried again. Ali, you're hiding things from me. I smiled faintly. You started hiding first. Her face fell. She opened her mouth, maybe to confess something, but I was already walking past her. For the first time, she felt what I had felt for months. Ignored, unwanted, replaceable, and she hated it. Chapter 7. The wedding where everything changed. The day of their wedding arrived. Aisha had stopped talking to me normally a week earlier. Every time I passed by, she looked nervous, almost scared. But she never apologized, never admitted anything. That morning, she stood near the doorway as I adjusted my tie. Are you going somewhere? She asked quietly. Yes, I replied. To whose wedding? I met her eyes and said nothing. That silence hurt her more than any truth. She swallowed hard. Ali, can we talk? Another time, I said, picking up my suit jacket. Her face crumpled, but I walked out. At the wedding venue. The hall was grand. Glass chandeliers, slow music, guests laughing. I walked in, and beside me, Hania Abbas, elegant, confident, a vision in a deep emerald dress. Every eye turned toward us, including Aisha's. She froze mid-step. Her smile vanished. Her bouquet almost slipped from her hand. And her ex? He stared too, confused and threatened. Hania leaned slightly toward me and whispered, "Enjoy the show." Aisha approached us, trembling. Ali, what? What is this? Hania answered calmly. I'm his date. Is there a problem? Aisha's lips shook. No, but Ali, can we talk, please? Her voice cracked on the word please. Her ex stepped closer, annoyed. Aisha, come on. The ceremony is starting. She didn't even look at him. Her eyes were glued to me. Ali, you look different, happier, more confident. You made your choice, I said gently. Now I'm making mine. Her tears fell instantly. I didn't choose him. I just needed time. I was confused. Hania stepped forward, her tone sharp. No, you wanted someone more exciting. Now don't cry because someone better values him. The guests whispered. Aisha broke completely. I made a mistake, she whispered. Ali, come back, please. Her ex snapped. Aisha, what the hell are you doing? But she didn't care. She reached for my hand, and I stepped back. I deserve peace, I said softly, and someone who doesn't compare me with her past. Aisha sobbed uncontrollably. Her boss, Hania's father, noticed the scene. He eyed his daughter beside me and smiled. That smile said everything. Approval, respect, future. As I walked deeper into the hall with Hania, Aisha watched me leave, broken, humiliated, and trapped in a marriage she chose. Her ex looked furious. Her life shattered before it even began. And for the first time in a long time, I felt free.